Do you want to find time to fit art into your daily routine? The top 3 reasons I hear from people is they can't find time, or they don't have a place to work, or what supplies should they use. So I'd like to just have a minute and show you how I do that, how I accomplish fitting little bits of time into my daily routine for art. I'm Cheryl from Tinker's Cart Art, and I teach beginners how to paint in acrylic. I also offer classes and paintings, original paintings and designs to more skilled painters who want to use them. But what I do day to day is sketch. And I think it's so important to grab your little sketchbook, and you only need a few minutes, or you could spend a long time on a sketch. But I'm going to show you what I do and how I do it and what I use and how I fit it into my day, especially when I'm traveling. I'm traveling right now. I'm in Florida. I just wrapped up a week of intensive networking and learning from some fabulous friends who also are online here doing their creative thing. And now I'm taking a few days at Disney, which is one of my favorite places. And I love to sketch here. I know people run around to the parks and wait in lines, but I'm usually tucked in a corner just with my sketchbook and my paints. So I'm going to turn my camera around and I'm going to show you, well, first I'll show you, I'm going to turn my camera around, show you what I use, show you my view, show you what I sketched this morning and yesterday, but show you how simple it is with a few materials in a tiny bag that you can carry in your backpack or your purse. And literally, even if you're not away on a cool vacation with some great scenery, you could be sketching something in your kitchen. You could be waiting in the car for the kids from school and just sketch what you see. They don't have to be finished artwork. They could be just little notes and sketches and ideas for paintings even later. So thank you guys for jumping on, and let me turn my camera around and I'm going to show you the view, show you my sketches, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is that you can do this yourself. All right, so here I am. I'm at the Beach Club Resort, and it has a fabulous view of the boardwalk across from me. Some interesting buildings, some architecture. I am not intimidated by it. I don't worry and say, oh my God, I can't draw buildings. I can't draw straight lines. You don't need to. If you want to straight lines, then you can just take a picture. We're not architects, guys. We really want to just note down what we see and just have a little time to ourselves. I love that I can just forget where I am, sketch for a little while, save those little notebooks, sketchbooks, and look at them later. And there's such wonderful memories of my travels or my everyday life. And you will see how easy now. So I know I don't have my camera stand and I'm not being fancy, but I thought I would just pop on and show you. So I've been out here sketching. I did a little sketch yesterday of the scene that you see. This is a little longer and a little larger. I found this little adorable, lovely little sketchbook. It's got a metal cover. It was appropriate because it says observations. And I love because it fits in my pocket, really. And it was all handmade by a woman at an art show. And I'll just take you a little tour through it. I have lots of sketchbooks. I love the little moleskin watercolor page sketchbooks. These are 2 exceptional ones that I use occasionally. I don't have my watercolor, my moleskins in my pocket here, but the moleskins are fabulous to record your everyday life and your travels. So this is actually back when I actually bought the little sketchbook at this little art fair that was in Winter Park. So while I was there, I did some little sketches of Winter Park. Some more Disney sketches. This was a local, the Queen's Cup, a little cupcake shop at home. I wish I had a better way to do this, but you guys are good to bear with me. Oh, that's over to Epcot there. I was locked out of my son's apartment one day waiting for him to come home, so I did a little sketch of his apartment building. Sometimes I don't finish them. You don't have to. This is just a little pencil sketch. I usually take a photograph of where I am working, and then I could always go back and just pen and ink or color it if I like. That's a half-done sketch of Animal Kingdom, Tree of Life. I'm going to try switching this so I can maybe be a little easy. Outer Banks. I traveled to the Outer Banks with my friend Lisa for some plein air painting and some sketching in between. Same thing, Outer Banks. Cool, fun little, actually they sold these as kit houses back in the 50s. There's, I forget, a limited amount of them around. This person has it in their yard with some aliens around it. Little unfinished sketch. Yeah, just little recordings. I'll date it, put where it was. And to be honest, I have more fun just looking at these little books. This is a little and let's see, and then just a lot of Disney ones here. I love this little book for Disney, but I've got lots and lots of just little different I went out with the Orlando Urban Sketchers and did one that I just saw. This one here, we're outside. It was last month. It was very cold, but we were outside sketching, and that's another group. Urban sketching is fabulous. It's, you know, sketching what you see outside. There's lots of urban sketching groups around the country. You could hook up with your local group. That's just a little watercolor I did at the beach. I was over there, like I said, in Melbourne with a little networking working week with my friends. So you can see how much fun and how cool they are, and they don't have to be finished. But let me show you how simple it is, because I know people say, how do I fit it in? Well, how do you fit it in? 10 minutes, 5 minutes, a few minutes every day. Anytime you just have, on a whim, have a few minutes. And what do I use? And where do I work? You could just work anywhere. I've stood in corners. I've sat at the beach. I sit downtown. I love going into a restaurant, get a glass of wine, do a little sketch. But I put everything that I need in this little bag. It's not very big. Fits in my backpack, fits in my purse. Any sort of little watercolor kit, you see them in the art stores a lot. I've even made my own, and I have a little video out. I'll try to dig it out, how I made my own with an old tin cigarette case, with taking the little pans of paint, put them on a magnet, stick them in that little case. And what I like to do is pick and choose colors I like. You could buy a little kit all created, but I do have particular pans I like, so I just stick them in. So you've got your paint here, and you've got a little tiny surface to work on, so that's great. I use a little spray bottle of water, and then I use that water just to put in a little cup. I think I get these cups, or you can get something similar when you buy a little package of toothpicks. So I bought lots of toothpicks. I have, you know, Ziploc bags full of toothpicks, because I want the little cup that they come in, and then I just stick that inside, and that fits in the bag nicely. A little piece of paper, napkin or paper towel. And then I like to sketch with a mechanical pencil. Gives me a finer line. It's not smudgy. I can just very lightly just get the little skeleton. I mostly draw everything with the pen, but just a little skeleton with the pencil, just to get some shapes and forms right. And then I just use a little micron pen to sketch. This is an 05. I usually use an 02, an 02. I have a couple different sizes, but this little micron is waterproof, so when you go on and put your watercolor on, it's not going to smudge your lines. I love when it's all done and dry, you want to add some white details. These Signa white pens, what is it actually called? You can find them at Michael's and art stores. It's a Signo Uniball, and it's the only pen, the only opaque white pen that I have found that works for this and so many other things, but it's really a nice white pen. And then that's about it. I usually like an eraser. I would use that, of course, just to erase my lines afterwards. It's pretty much all I have in my kit. Oh, brushes, sorry. There's a couple types of brushes. Now, I use either a little fold-up travel brush that opens up, and you can put it together. They're nice sable brushes, a nice tip. They come in a variety of sizes. Sometimes I simply use these little watercolor brushes, which actually have water in the barrel, and they keep a nice point. They're a synthetic tip, but they keep a nice point, so either of those would work for you. So isn't it simple here? Just a few little tools, and you're on your way. So anyway, I'm going to go back to enjoying my little break till I return to the cold tomorrow of New England. And I would love to see some of your sketches. If you have any questions, send me a message. I would love for you to follow me. I do have a group, a Learn to Paint with Cheryl Facebook group that you are welcome to join. And in that group, I do teach some little tutorials and some painting lessons, and we'll dig in a little bit to sketching and designing. So that you can find right on Facebook, Learn to Paint with Cheryl. And anyways, that's a little bit. I'm going to put some more things up where I have my stand and my camera, and I'm actually recording me sketching. It'll be easier for you to see how quick and simple. I sketch in with pencil. I do my lines and most of my little details with the pen. It does not have to be exactly as you see it. I just go ahead and I make little wonky windows and little lines, and I add things and subtract things, and I really am not trying to get a realistic look. I want a little wonky, whimsical, fun, colorful sketch. So after the pen and ink is done, I go in with my watercolors. It's really like coloring, guys. It's not like you have to have a watercolor background or take watercolor classes or no watercolor. I'm just wetting my paint and putting little dabs of color in the little images that I've sketched. So it's not anything hard, but I will do some videos for y'all. And anyways, I just wanted to show you how you might be able to, if you're a little overwhelmed with, I want to paint, I love to create, I love art, I just can't do it. I don't have time to set up a painting area and every day, but this is a way you could do it until you have time to actually dig in and do some longer painting sessions. So it's Cheryl from Tinker's Cart Art. I will see you all soon. Bye now.